Okay, it looks like we're probably live. If you're watching this on a recording later on, what we'll do is we're going to wait for about 5 minutes until it's 5 minutes past 8, and then we'll start meditating. We'll meditate for 20 minutes. There will be 3 rungs of the bell. We'll sit. This time it's not going to be guided, it'll just be a quiet sitting for those who want to sit with us. And then after the 20 minutes, it's open for questions if anyone has any questions. Hey Alp, nice to see you. Oh, Alp, yeah, I recognize you. Let's see. Still, for some reason, having lag. I'm working out the details with the stream, but now it seems to be working, so hopefully everything should be fine. How you been, Alp? Had time to meditate anything since I talked to you last time? Always nice to have some tea before you sit. Someone asked me if, I think I said this last time, if you can sit with your eyes open or closed. And I generally say that it's easier to sit with your eyes closed in the beginning. Later on, you can keep your eyes open if you want to. Make sure you just get like comfortable wherever you're sitting. And then if your eyes are closed and open, it doesn't really matter that much. There's other advantages to be having your eyes open compared to closed. Thank you, Christo. Thank you. It's funny because we're actually all of us are getting a bit of a cold here, and it's like, oh, yeah, I could have just gone to sleep today, you know. But then at the same time, I would have just sat and meditated inside quickly and then gone to bed. But now it's like a nice little thing. I get to sit here and talk to people, and yeah, I always enjoy it. Yeah, it's pretty good, Alp. Thank you. I've like I've said that before. I've just finished my office and YouTube studio here, so there's going to be a lot more content coming out, and I really want to keep this up, having every Monday and Thursday running. So it's almost a tradition, but a regular thing, because it's nice for people. I know myself that especially when you begin, it's so tough to get a practice down because you either don't know what you're supposed to do or just like the routine of it. So having somewhere that you go to sit really helps, I think, at least. And I find that just sitting like this, even if you guys aren't here in person, it still gives a feeling of not being alone. And it's always nicer to meditate with other people. You know, another thing with the eyes open and closed, if for some reason when you close your eyes you start feeling a lot of anxiety and anxious feelings coming up, which can happen to people, then I really recommend you open your eyes. Also, if it's too difficult, then you can do walking meditation. Even if I do sitting, you can still stand up and walk around. And I will show that some other time. There are some techniques that work really well for doing in a small space where you just walk back and forth. Sound is stuttering and echoing. I thought I had the sound fixed, but apparently I don't. Let me just have a quick look if... No, the sound should be working now, so there's something else going on. Thank you for telling me up. I'll have to try to fix that until next time. I hope it's good enough so you can hear me this time. So it's 5 minutes past. I start. Basically what I will do is... I'll do it the way we did it in Plum Village, which is there's going to be a small tap. And then... there will be 3 rings, and after those 3 rings, I'll start the timer and we will finish the same way. And like I said today, there won't be any guiding. You'll just sit and do whatever technique you like to do yourself. So sit yourself in a comfortable position, keep your eyes open or closed, however you feel comfortable. If you want to, you can continue sitting, just listening in if anyone has any questions. Or if you want to, you can also just write whatever questions you may have. Thank you, Mindful Mama. Did everyone have a nice sitting, or how did it go for you guys? I assume so. Well, I'll just drink tea for another minute, and if anyone has any questions, okay, here you go. How many hours do you meditate each day? So nowadays it's not that much. It's just. That's a good question from Mindful Mom also. I have a family with 2 kids. So morning times, I am usually woken up by children jumping on my bed or screaming. Whatever. Evening times I sit, and I don't sit with a timer anymore. So usually it'll be anywhere from, shortest time would be half an hour. Actually 20 minutes, this is the shortest sittings I do. Otherwise, and I'll probably sit when I go in tonight anyway. Especially tonight because it didn't finish. So normally I sit half an hour to 45 minutes, an hour, sometimes an hour and a half if I really need to. There's just this thing that it goes and it feels like, okay, now it's done, and it takes whatever time it takes. So yeah, now not so much. When I was a monastic, yeah, then it was much more. The question from Mindful Mama is, what is the best time to sit and meditate? Is it different to everyone? I tend to fall asleep in the evenings. I had this question when I started, and I remember I went to centers and I thought, yeah, I just can't sit in the mornings. I sat and I had headaches and like weird tension. I just couldn't sit and focus, and I thought, okay, so it's obvious I don't work with meditation in the mornings. But in the afternoons and in the evenings I said, really nice. And then after a few months of meditating, mornings just felt amazing. That was just like, wow, so nice to sit in the mornings. Evenings I feel a bit sluggish and it doesn't really work. And then I shifted, and now after a while I don't really think about it like that. It's not really that there's a best time. I would say, especially if you're living as a layperson, then it's whenever you have time. So the best time is when you can sit with as little interruptions as possible. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having people yelling or screaming around you. That could actually be really good meditation, but having so that you don't need to get up and stop your meditation. That's what I mean. So it doesn't really matter that much when you sit. It's just when you are able to. And there are different qualities to sitting in the morning and the evenings for sure, because like you said, it's different for some people. For some people may be really morning tired, and then they might feel that, okay, I'm so close to sleeping, I want to fall asleep. But I've also heard people then say that when I sit, they're like the brain waves are kind of closer to sleep, and they're more relaxed, so then it's easy for them to sit in the mornings. So I'd say just try it and be open to the idea that it changes over time, meaning that it might be difficult now to sit in the evenings, but it might be that it's easier later on. Are you a full-time photographer? No. I used to do microstop photography when I traveled around as a monastic. Now I just do photography for fun, and videography lately now also, which I really enjoy. But I don't do it full-time. I actually work as a janitor and general caretaker of some buildings here in town for the municipality. But I do like photographing, and it's a really mindful activity. If you become good at meditation, actually I've heard a lot of people say it helps with your photography because you're able to see things differently, would be a way to describe it. Not that you see magic stuff, it's just that you see patterns, and you're able to not have prejudgments so much against the things you're seeing, so you can composed differently, and you can see colors a bit differently. So it really helps for the composition of the photos. Nice. Okay. Well, it was really nice sitting for me, and next time will be on Monday. The difference is that Mondays we're going to have the same thing as now, but I'll do a guided meditation, so it will be quite strongly guided in the beginning, and then I'll let you guys go a bit more for yourself in the end. For beginners, that's just really nice, and also if you meditated before, the way that I do meditation for the guided is very easy to just ignore if you wanted to, or you can follow along, and it'll be a nice, perhaps a new experience for you. Nice. Thank you for the sitting, and I'll see you on Monday.